In what has to be one of the most shocking results in youth football history, the 2025 FIFA U20 World Cup Final gave us a true fairy tale. Today, we're going to break down exactly how Morocco managed to topple the giants of Argentina. Let's dive right in.
I mean, this was the classic David versus Goliath story. On one side, you have a footballing dynasty, right? They're chasing yet another title. And on the other, a team that's really just starting to write its own history. The question on everyone's mind was simple. Could the underdogs actually pull off the impossible?
So to really get a sense of how big this upset was, you have to understand the massive gap between these two teams on paper. It was a final of just incredible contrasts.
The sheer weight of history here was just staggering. Argentina, the overwhelming favorites, were going for their 7th U20 World Cup title, and their team was absolutely stacked with technical genius. And Morocco? Well, this was their first ever final at this level. On paper, this thing looked like a complete and total mismatch.
But, football isn't played on paper, is it? The entire script got flipped on its head in this one breathtaking 17-minute spell that left the favorites just absolutely reeling. And here's how it all went down. Just 12 minutes into the game, Yasser Zabiri curls this magnificent free kick past the Argentinian keeper. Before Argentina could even figure out what hit them, he strikes again 17 minutes later with this calm, composed finish after a brilliant assist. And just like that, in the blink of an eye, the underdogs are up 2-0 in a World Cup final. That first goal, wow. It wasn't just a goal. It was, as the commentator put it so perfectly, an explosion of noise. You could literally feel the belief just surging through the Moroccan fans there in Santiago as they started to sense something really special was happening. And get this, with those two goals in the final, Zabiri's tournament total hit 5. That number launched him into a 4-way tie for the Golden Boot, capping off an absolutely incredible individual performance on the biggest stage imaginable. Okay, so with a 2-goal lead, the whole game changes. Argentina threw everything they had, the kitchen sink, all of it, trying to get back in the game. But they just kept running into this disciplined, determined, and frankly, unbreakable Moroccan defense. Now the stats here tell a really fascinating story. Argentina had the ball for 71% of the game. They completely controlled the tempo. But it didn't matter. Morocco just soaked up all that pressure. They stayed compact. They denied any space. For all that possession, Argentina simply couldn't find a way through. This quote really just captures the whole spirit of their performance. It wasn't just about tactics, it was pure heart and pure determination. Every single player defended with courage, that backline was a rock, and they just refused to be broken. It was a true masterclass in disciplined, collective defend. The individual player ratings really tell the story of the match, don't they? Gianluca Prestiani was a constant threat for Argentina. He earned a really high 8.5 rating. But the man of the match, no question, was Yasser Zabiri. His 9 out of 10 performance built on those 2 clinical finishes was the difference maker that all of Argentina's pressure just couldn't overcome. So, while the final was an incredible team victory for Morocco, we've got to recognize some of the amazing individual talents from both sides who just lit up this entire competition. All right, first up, the big one, the Golden Ball. This is awarded to the single best player of the entire tournament. And that honor went to Morocco's own Othman Mama. He was that tireless playmaker right at the heart of their team, controlling the tempo with incredible precision and elegance. A truly, truly deserving winner. The individual honors were pretty spread out, which just goes to show the talent on both sides. The hero of the final, Yasser Zabiri, he took home the silver ball, while Argentina's Milton Delgado earned the bronze. And, hey, despite the result, Argentina's keeper, Santino Barbi, was named the tournament's best, a real testament to his quality throughout the whole competition.
Zabiri's brace in the final also put him in some pretty elite company for the Golden Boot. The award for top scorer was actually shared between 4 players, each with 5 goals, which just highlights the incredible level of attacking talent we saw at this World Cup.
So, let's just zoom out for a second and appreciate the sheer scale of this achievement. This wasn't just another win. This was a history-making moment for an entire nation. I mean, the scale of this is just immense. This was Morocco's first ever FIFA World Cup trophy at any age group. They became only the 2nd African nation to ever lift this cup after Ghana did it back in 2009. And for these players, man, it was the ultimate redemption after that heartbreaking loss in their own continental final. This triumph doesn't exist in a vacuum. It comes just a few years after their senior team's incredible, historic run to the World Cup semifinals in Qatar.
So it leaves you with this one last question. Are we witnessing the birth of a new powerhouse? A golden generation that's ready to take on the world? Well, only time's going to tell.